What's up, you two? What's up, family? What's up, newcomers? What's up, everybody? Hey, y'all see the title? I love every organ. You should love every organ. Every organ is the reason why you're breathing. Like, yeah, like obviously the brain and the heart and the lungs, because in order for you to breathe, you need air, so the lungs, but you need everything. And if y'all didn't know, like the liver can regenerate. That's the only thing that can regenerate in our skin, really. All right, that's enough, y'all. Let's go.
Brain. Brain is often considered the most complex thing in the universe. Think of it as the airplane's cockpit, where the pilots work to control the body. In the same way, the brain is the core of the entire central nervous system and is responsible for processing every single aspect of the body, including our nerve impulses, emotions, and thoughts. The brain is an absolute energy user, taking up almost 25% of the body's energy, despite making up less than 5% of the total weight. And in cases of sickness or danger, it will do anything, and I mean anything, to save itself, even at the expense of other body parts. The brain is divided into the right and left cerebral hemispheres. It also has three main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. As the largest part of the brain, the cerebrum is responsible for coordinating movement and regulating temperature. The cerebellum helps with balance, and the brainstem controls the basic functions of life, including consciousness, breathing, and sleep. Without the brain, the entire body ceases to function, because an organ won't send signals to the other systems to make them work. Even something as simple as breathing relies on the brain. Heart. If the brain is the body's cockpit or control center, the heart is the body's engine. Just like a ship or an airplane can't function without an engine,
And listen, let's just break this myth off real quick. Your heart is not right here. Wait, pretty much reverse. Your heart isn't right here. It's in the middle, but it's slightly to the left. If y'all didn't know that, let's just break that. Let's just discover the myth right here. Your heart is in the middle, slightly to the left. It's not all the way on the side. How is it going to be on the side if your lung is right here? Come on, guys. Let's just think real quick. And then, hey, our heart is like about the size of our fist and just does this every day.
The body won't function correctly without a heart, because it is responsible for pumping blood to the rest of the body.
Yeah.
The heart comprises two upper chambers called atria and two lower chambers called ventricles. What happens is that blood flows into the right atrium from the veins and flows into the right ventricle. Blood flows into the pulmonary artery to reach the lungs, putting oxygen into the blood. The oxygen-rich blood will...
Yeah, the thing is, everybody's saying that our blood is blue. I don't think our blood isn't blue. It's always been red. It will always be red. No, I think our veins may be blue, but our blood
will travel through the pulmonary veins to reach the left
atrium. Yeah, it says, and it shows it right here.
Before it gets pumped through an artery into different body parts. From there, it becomes a rinse and repeat process, allowing the blood to return to the heart through the right atrium to get its oxygen dose before being redistributed back to the rest of the body. Lungs. The heart may be the engine that pumps blood into the rest of the body. The lungs inject fuel into the engine. They extract oxygen from inhaled air and then oxygenate the blood that flows from the heart and into the rest of the body. The lungs are essential for ensuring the other parts of the body get the oxygen they need. Without the lungs, our blood won't be able to carry oxygen to the body. This can potentially lead to organ damage and failure. A person's lungs also have a surface area for gas exchange that's the size of a tennis court, yet they are still small enough to fit in a person's chest. Liver. Liver's main function is to convert nutrients that the body needs to function. The liver is also responsible for filtering blood coming from the digestive tract. Aside from that, the liver also has other important functions, including bile production for digestion, protein production for blood clotting, helping the body filter out toxic substances, and helping the body's immune system. The liver is also a powerful organ that can heal itself back to its original size even if 75% were cut out. And because the liver's functions are related to blood filtering, it contains almost 20% of all blood in the body. Kidneys. Kidneys are a pair of bean-shaped organs.
Yeah, that's like right here. that's very important for you. That this obviously your bladder controls it, but your bladder and your kidneys control how you pee and just hold it. Obviously, like the kidneys store the waste. And then if your kidneys fail, you'll be peeing every day at night in the middle of the night. And then you got weak bladder, but it's like they are important.
Organs that can be found just above the hips, approaching the person's back. When blood flows into the kidneys, they filter waste into the urine using filtration units called nephrons. The waste is then washed out of the body through urination, making the kidneys important in removing any harmful waste products in your body. Everyone is born with 2 kidneys. One is enough to filter enough blood to keep the entire body running normally. This explains why a lot of people donate one of their kidneys. Spleen. Spleen is an organ found in the upper part of the belly. Its major role is to protect the body by removing older blood cells and other foreign objects from the bloodstream. Basically, the spleen is similar to your car's air filtration system, which filters foreign substances and harmful fumes from getting into your vehicle. Instead, the spleen removes old and damaged cells and ensures that only healthy blood circulates in your body. Gallbladder. Gallbladder is a small pear-shaped organ found in the upper quadrant of the abdomen, just next to
It was something that they said, like we can live without it. I don't know if they said we can live without this.
Liver. While it isn't a vital organ, the gallbladder works together with the liver. It is responsible for storing and releasing the bile that the liver produces. Bile is a substance the body produces to help digestion because it can break down fats. However, an unhealthy person may develop gallstones that can block the gallbladder. On top of causing severe pain, this can interfere with the person's digestion and even with the functions of the liver. Pancreas. Pancreas is located in the upper left portion of the abdomen and plays roles as both an exocrine gland and an endocrine gland. An exocrine gland secretes hormones into the ducts, while an endocrine gland secretes hormones into the blood vessels. As an exocrine gland, the pancreas produces the enzymes needed for food digestion. Meanwhile, as an endocrine gland, the pancreas produces and releases insulin, which enables glucose in the blood to be used for energy. This makes it important in regulating blood sugar and preventing diabetes. Stomach. Stomach is an organ at the
Obviously, 99% of normal people is going to say their stomach is right here, even though we're pointing at our intestines, but it's not really right here though. It's like somewhere right here, but nobody's not going to say, oh yeah, our stomach's right here. It's just going to be right here. Yeah, the stomach is important. Obviously, we eat. So let's see some.
The top of the abdomen, responsible for breaking down and digesting food. Within the stomach are enzymes that digest food. An example is pepsin, which breaks down proteins and converts them into amino acids, which are the building blocks of the proteins that the body produces. The stomach also stores chyme, which is food mixed with stomach liquids. Chyme stays in the stomach until it moves to the intestines. The stomach constantly expands and shrinks depending on the food the person intakes. For example, eating a massive meal in the morning will allow the stomach to expand to accommodate more food later in the day. That's why those with big appetites tend to have bigger stomachs that have already stretched beyond the normal size. However, the size of the stomach is unrelated to the person's weight. So even if a fat person loses weight, the stomach will not shrink to accommodate the body's new weight. Intestines. Intestines comprise 2 different intestines, the small intestine and the large intestine. These organs are tubes that filter waste, absorb water, and digest food. Food that has already been partially digested passes through the small intestine. Contrary to popular belief, digestion and absorption of food don't mostly happen in the stomach. Instead, most of it happens in the small intestine. The stomach is primarily responsible for breaking down and storing food before passing it to the small intestine. After food gets digested and broken down by the small intestine, it becomes feces, or poop, which travels through the large intestine. The poop stops at the rectum before it gets ejected from the body through the anus, also known as the butthole. Skin. Skin is the largest organ in the body because almost all of the body, except for the external cavities, is covered by skin. The skin forms part of the integumentary system, including nails, fat, and hair. The role of the integumentary system is to regulate body temperature, protect it from external dangers, and produce vitamin D. The skin is composed of 3 layers, which include the following: the epidermis, which is the outermost layer of the skin, the dermis, which is the middle layer of the skin, and the subcutaneous fat is the skin's deepest part. People from different parts of the world have different skin colors because of melanin, a substance that the skin produces to help protect the body from the sun's harmful rays. Melanin also darkens the skin, so in parts of the world where the sun shines brighter, people have darker skin to protect their bodies from the sun. Eyes. As a sensory organ, the eye...
Obviously, like we need our eyes though, so that you can see. And the good thing about the eyes is if you in a dark room, your eyes would light up like that.
Eyes are primarily responsible for vision. They say that the eyes are the window to a person's soul, but it's linked to the brain instead, because there is a direct correlation between the 2 organs. The eyes capture visible light and allow it to pass through the eye's different components. The light is then processed and sent to the brain, which interprets the information and converts it into vision. This is why the body can't see anything whenever there's little to no visible light available for the eyes to capture. From the day a person is born until death, the eyes remain the same size and will never grow or shrink. Ears. Ears are sensory organs that are responsible for detecting sound.
Yeah, ears is good. It's important because, we need to hear. And our earwax is important too, because like this is say, you in the island, you just sleeping, and then something crawl in your ear. Obviously, the reaction, you're gonna be like this, and then you're gonna start crying and panicking. I know your heart gonna be beating fast. You're like, okay, let's just hope nothing. It goes into my brain, right? But you're not gonna do that because like the earwax traps it though. But y'all ain't know that though.
By making use of sound waves that pass through the ear canal and are sent to the brain for processing. But the ears are also responsible for maintaining balance, because deep within the ears is a system that's connected to the eyes and the muscles. Without the ears, the person will lose their balance and be less coordinated with their movements. A less known fact is that ears are also self-cleaning. Some people tend to try to clean out earwax, but the presence of earwax is a sign that the ears are doing a good job at cleaning themselves and in keeping the ears moisturized. So think twice about using Q-tips to clean out earwax. Tongue.
Nobody don't use no Q-tip. Obviously, that's if you do that. I just don't understand why. You just pushing it inside more. Just get a rag or something, just clean around it.
Tongue. Tongue is both a sensory and a muscular.
Yeah, our tongue is good too, though. It's important because, like, we have to talk. We don't talk with it, but we talk for it, though. Like, you know how people talk with their tongue, you can tell. But like we need our tongue so that we can like pronounce words. If y'all know what I'm saying, obviously y'all not that smart to understand me, but we need our tongue though. To taste. And that's really about it though. To taste and to talk. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I don't have nothing else to say.
Because it has several purposes.
Yeah.
While the tongue is known to aid in tasting food through the taste buds and sends the information to the brain, it is also an organ that aids digestion, speaking, and breathing. The tongue works in conjunction with the mouth by moving around while the mouth is chewing, making it easier for the food to get swallowed. It is also responsible for helping the mouth produce different sounds and pronouncing certain words. Finally, the tongue aids breathing by keeping the mouth's airway open. Reproductive organs.
Oh yeah,
Male
the tongue too. Yeah, cause like if you a mouth breather, your chin, you don't even have no jawline. It's gonna be like this. So that's why the tongue is good too. Yeah, yeah. Reproductive is very important. That's how we use the bathroom, obviously. You know, and for other reasons. You know, cause hey, I know what I'm working with. I just, yeah, you know.
and female
That's it,
bodies
that's it.
have different reproductive organs that form part of large reproductive systems.
That's what it is.
For males, the testes are the main
I'm just
reproductive
vibing,
organs. As for the females, the ovaries are considered the most vital for reproduction. Also known as the testicles, the testes are organs found in a pouch of skin called the scrotum. Basically, these are the balls. The role of the testes is to produce sperm and a hormone called testosterone. This gives men the usual large and bulky muscles, anger issues, etc. Meanwhile, the ovaries are found on either side of the female's uterus. The main role of the ovaries is to produce eggs for fertilization, and the hormones estrogen and progesterone. Without the ovaries, the female body cannot get pregnant and will experience hormonal imbalance.
Okay. You know, that was a W video.